You know, Middle Eastern Arabian fragrance houses make amazing fragrances. You know, that part of the world was the first to essentially come up with the idea of fragrances and to be wearing fragrances. They were wearing fragrances centuries before France and anywhere else started making fragrances and using. So it's really, you know, that's kind of like one of the birthplaces of fragrances. They make really amazing fragrances and they sell them for very affordable prices. And I've always been so impressed by some of these Arabian, Middle Eastern fragrance houses. And they have created some fragrances that are dead on, spot on dupes for some of the most expensive, unbearably expensive luxury niche and designer fragrances. So I want to share the secret with you guys. I want to give you some affordable, just as good or better dupes for some of these super ridiculously expensive luxury designer and niche fragrances. So if you want to find out what these dupes are, just continue to watch. Hi my lovely people, welcome back to another fabulous fragrance video. As you know, on my channel I review fragrances of all sorts, from affordable to luxury fragrances, and I review designer and niche fragrances. And if that's the kind of thing that fancies you, you know, just go ahead and subscribe to my channel right down there. You know, click that button and don't forget to click the notification bell so you will be notified when I upload, especially since I don't have a set schedule now. Like I'm uploading today on Monday. Usually I tend to do Sundays, but my schedule is all over the place right now, you guys. So make sure to click the notification bell so you know when I'm uploading. Otherwise, you'll miss so many of my videos, okay? And of course, don't forget to follow me on social media like Instagram. And don't forget to check my makeup and beauty channel, Cleo Lux Life, where I just reviewed the Chanel 2024 holiday collection, the Dior holiday collection reviews coming up. So make sure to go on over there as well, subscribe and watch those videos. Now, I've got some amazing, dead on, spot on dupes for some of the most expensive niche and designer fragrances, luxury designer and niche fragrances. So I have them right here on my table. So I want to start with, I think, these two twins, okay? This is Tom Ford Vanilla Sex from the Tom Ford Privé Luxury Privé line, and this fragrance is like $400. I forget the exact price. It's either over $400 or nearly $400. It's ouch expensive, and this is only 1.7 fluid ounces. This is the latest release in the Privé line, if I'm not mistaken. And here is the gorgeous dead on spot on dupe, and the name of this fragrance is Sahir by Latafa. Okay, so look at that crazy bottle. Okay, it's really heavy. It's a big, massive, giant, heavy bottle with a very substantial cap. And yeah, it's super heavy. To me personally, I know this is like almost luxurious with the weight of this cap and everything. I know this is like very luxurious with the, you know, like the heavy weighted cap and everything, but to me this feels a little bit over the top, borderline a little bit gaudy. But you know what, it still has a very royal feel to it, you know, even though it's a little too much. I mean, I prefer more simple bottles like that, but you know what, you guys, they created a bottle that's this fancy and created the juice just like this, all for $42. I got this on Amazon. I'll list and link everything down in the description box. $400 versus $40, around $40, okay? That's the price difference, yes. Okay, you guys, so let me smell Seher first. I think it's Seher or Seher is the name. Latafa, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, please let me know. Oh man, this thing, you know, when I was just talking to you with this in my hand, it was permeating out of the cap here, right there where the neck, where the scent is there, you know, the cap area, and I could smell it. I was getting whiffs of it. That's how powerful this fragrance is. And then this, on the other hand, I can't really smell around it until I actually take it out and I spray it. So I'm going to go ahead and spray the original, the Tom Ford Vanilla Sex on this back of my hand here, and I'm gonna spray Seher on my other back of the hand, and then I'm going to smell them both. Okay, so let me smell the original first. Okay, I gotta say I love the original. I mean, I just adore it. I know it is a tolerizing fragrance only because people don't allow it to mature, let it sit. You have to let this one sit for like a month before you actually use it. You guys, you have to let the fragrances mature more. I mean, although they come all macerated and somewhat matured, the longer you use it, the more it matures, the better it smells. Oh, this is absolutely a unique vanilla scent that I have never smelled anywhere else. The original has vanilla tincture, which is a very like a proprietary vanilla that they got from India, proprietary to Tom Ford. So I highly doubt the dupe has it, you know, because it's proprietary. It's a very expensive vanilla tincture from India, and it has vanilla absolute, and it has loads of sandalwood. And definitely almondy. There's definitely almond in there, whether it's revealed in the composition or not. I can smell the almond. It's a very almondy, vanilla-y fragrance that is delicious. There's a bit of a gourmand, almost marzipan vibe to it because of that almond. And some people compare this original to Dior Hypnotic Poison. I gotta tell you guys, I don't agree with that comparison. I know why people are getting it from, because that has a little almond and vanilla too, but that one is very strong and it goes in a bit of a different direction with the white florals. Just, it's a little bit more punchy, you know, whereas this isn't. Oh, this is absolutely heavenly, I must say. And then we have Seher here. Okay, so Seher is also vanilla-y, bit of that almondiness that's there. But to me, the Seher smells a little bit more boozy. And it has that sort of, you know, like the vibe that YSL Babycat has, with like that almost kind of spicy, boozy, almost like, I don't want to say this, people's brains go too far when you try to compare something. Not kerosene, but like that sort of like punchy, a little bit more of a spicy, boozy vibe, right? So this has more of that, especially in the opening, but as it dries down, it becomes even closer to the Tom Ford Vanilla Sex. Now they're both beautifully dried down. Now I will say, the original has many layers to it, very complicated, and I smell these very unique florals in here. It's probably white florals, whereas I don't smell the florals as much in here if this has florals. This one has akigala wood, which is probably where that punchy, woody, spicy kind of thing comes from, and there's definitely some kind of boozy note in here too, whether revealed or not. And there's like definitely spices like cinnamon in here. There's a bit of I believe, you know, obviously there's vanilla in here, has to, almond and vanilla definitely in here, but tonka bean too, so it gives a little bit of depth, and amber gives even more depth, whereas this I don't think has amber or tonka bean. I'm not sure, maybe there is tonka bean. Yeah, I can see there might be tonka bean. So the basic difference, you guys, though, they're very similar, but the difference between them is that this is spicier. Seher by Latafa is a little bit spicier with the spicy notes, the akigala wood and the cinnamon. whereas this one is very kind of marzipan-y, kind of vanilla, okay, with the almond there. Very beautiful and subtle and gourmand. This one, the original, a little bit more. Very sexy. And no, not very boozy at all. If there's even booze in here, I don't smell it. But I see the resemblance. I wouldn't say this is a 100% dupe, but I would say, let me smell one more time. I would say it's like an 80%, 70 to 80% dupe. But it's, if you don't want to shell out that big bucks for this one, Serre is a very, very reasonable. It's very boozy type of vanilla with that almond, whereas this one is almondy vanilla that's almost like marzipan-y vanilla, the original, okay? So Serre is super sexy too. My husband likes it. My husband loves the original. This he loves a lot. He said that he likes this one too. This one's very strong and permeating and projecting like crazy, lasting like forever. Whereas the original, you know, moderate projection, I would say, you know, 6 to 8 hour lasting power, whereas this will go plus 12 hours plus until you shower, and even after that you'll smell this one a little bit. Then I have another one, a famous fragrance and the dupe for it. So this one is Bianco Latte, a very expensive niche fragrance. And then we have the dupe Eclair by Lattafa, also from the brand Lattafa here. Let me first open the original, okay? Oh, so beautiful. The original has caramel, coumarin, honey, white musk, vanilla. It's a very vanilla-y, caramelly fragrance with that sexy white musk in it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Slight bit of honey that sweetens it a little bit, even more than vanilla. It smells like a caramel dessert, you guys. It's absolutely like that custard dessert, the caramel custard dessert, but only the sexy perfume version. It's so delicious, so beautiful. Huge compliment getter, this original Bianco Latte. Now let's try the dupe Eclair by Lattafa. Not a fan of the bottle. It's a little bit gaudy, but you know, it's okay. You know, I don't really care about the bottle so much as the juice. Let me see. Oh, this very, very close dupe, okay? So I'm smelling this. The original, I reversed. I didn't. I reversed it. I reversed it, the arms this time. I should have kept the right arm just for the... Anyway, it doesn't matter. So right now the dupe is on this arm and the original is on this arm. This is very that caramel. It's a little bit more subtle than Eclair. Yeah, this is, I would say, a very close dupe. This also has like caramel. There's like lactonic milk note to it. It's got sugar to sweeten it even more, vanilla. There's even praline in this one, although the original may not have praline. Original has just caramel, I think. It might have the... so this is Eclair and this is Bianco Latte. Bianco Latte is a little bit more subtle, more well blended, whereas this one is a little bit of the stronger, not as smooth, you know, blend version of it. This also has a little bit of honey, the Eclair. So pretty much almost the same notes, except Eclair, I believe, has also praline and sugar and all that. I believe Bianco Latte also has milk. Whether it's revealed or not, it has a very milky lactonic feel to it. So I would say they are super close, you guys. If you ask me, I would say Eclair is a 90% dupe for Bianco Latte, okay? Dead on, spot on dupe. And Eclair is like anywhere from $40 to $50 on Amazon, whereas Bianco Latte is like $150. So pretty big price difference, $100 price difference there. Next I have a spot on dupe for a very expensive, exclusive line fragrance from a designer fragrance house. So what we have is Babycat and its twin here, the dupe by Paris Corner. This is Rifakat by Paris Corner. This is a spot on dupe for the original here, YSL Babycat. And YSL Babycat is difficult to buy here in the US especially, so because of that you might be very interested in a dead-on dupe here with Rifacat by Paris Corner. So let me go ahead and spray. So I'm going to keep the original on this arm, okay, this time. So I'm going to spray it down further below here. So that is YSL Babycat. I mean, of course it comes with the fancy, you know, cap, the magnetic cap. And then I'm going to spray Rifacat here, corresponding spot on the other arm, okay, not a magnetic cap, but the bottles are kind of similar, very simple. Okay, so original on this arm. Okay, so that beautiful woodiness with the vanilla comes through in the original very much. That sort of boozy, almost spicy kerosene vibes. I don't like to say that. That used to be in the YSL Babycat when I first bought it. That's gone now because that's like a maturity thing, okay? So it doesn't, it's no longer like that. Right away, what I smell now is the slightly beautifully spicy, woody vanilla, the original YSL Babycat. Let's try Rifacat. Oh yeah, this too has that vanillic, woody vibe, very warm, woody vanilla fragrance, both of them. I will say though, the vanilla is a little bit more beautiful and, I don't want to say creamy, but smooth and sweeter in the original, whereas Rifacat, it's a little bit rough around the edges. Not that it's not good, it's actually very close dupe, but the refinement of the original, you can always tell. The vanilla is smoothly blended with the woody notes in the original. Original has spicy notes, has I think a little bit of like black pepper with pink pepper, and it has a little bit of that balsamic vibe from a slight tad of LMI, I think, in the original, which is what gave that almost, I don't want to say kerosene vibe, but like that almost, you know, that vibe mixed with the boozy type of notes that are in the original. That I'm pretty sure there's a slight boozy note in here that they haven't revealed. But anyway, that LMI strength is gone now that it's matured. I've had this for like, I don't know, 6-7 months now. So yeah, you know, love the original's beautifully woody vanilla fragrance. And Rifacat has similar notes, and it's not as, I will say, strong permeating as the original, which is crazy because usually the Middle Eastern ones tend to be more strong, you know, but this has a more of a potent vibe, the YSL Babycat. Rifacat has similar notes. It has coriander, some warm spicy notes. Not sure if it has black pepper, but it has like some floral notes like rose lily of the valley, which I'm gonna assume YSL Babycat has a little bit of floral notes too. Definitely rose, I think, but I don't really pick it up per se. They're very in the background, the floral notes in the Babycat, like that woody and vanilla, what seem to be at the forefront, and a little slight boozy hint, of course. And the Rifacat has bourbon vanilla in it too, so that booziness is there. And apparently Rifacat has a little ambergris. I'm not really sure if YSL Babycat does. There might be, but this is so vanillic, you guys, the original, you know, compared to the dupe. It's vanilla too, but it's not as refined, smooth vanilla, which is the difference. I feel like I have to respray it because it's dying down already, whereas the Babycat I can still smell permeating very smoothly, like that very smooth, woody, slightly boozy vanilla, whereas this one is a little rough around the edges, but it's a very close dupe. I would say this is about like an 85% dupe to the YSL Babycat, but there's something very refined and smooth about YSL Babycat. So it's definitely a very close dupe. Then we have another very famous couple of twins here. I've got Valaya by Parfums de Marly, and then I have the twin from the Afnan fragrance house, Middle Eastern fragrance house. This is Mystique Bouquet by Afnan. Okay, they are a very close dupe. I got this on Amazon. Oh, by the way, did I tell you the prices of the babycat and the Rafaqat? Yeah, so YSL babycat is varying in prices because it's hard to get in the US, but I've seen it being sold in very rare places for like over $300 YSL babycat, whereas Rafaqat is only like $30 or $40 that you can get it from like Amazon and places. I will of course list and link everything down below. Anyway, I was talking about these two twins. This is Valaya by Parfums de Marly and Mystique Bouquet by Afnan. So people say these two are very close dupes, and I will say I do kind of agree with that. Now, where do I spray? I'm gonna spray on the back of the hand somewhere that I didn't spray. You know what? I'll keep the original to this side. I'm gonna spray it on the side of my arm. Okay, ooh, I love Valaya. Such a classy lady. Okay, but sexy at the same time and a little spicy. And then I'm gonna spray Mystique Bouquet right there. Oh, they are super close. Okay, but I will say, of course, Valaya. It's just very refined and very, very luxurious. It's never gonna be 100% dupe for these fragrances, obviously, you guys. So Valaya, this beautiful, beautiful fragrance, you guys. Oh my God, it smells so amazing. This is a kind of a slightly, I don't want to say spicy, but a little bit of a punch this fragrance has, but it's very refined kind of punch, and it has very kind of syrupy, citrusy notes in the opening, like mandarin, orange. There's a little bergamot too, gives a little freshness. It has like white peach, you know, with that sort of juicy peachiness. It has orange flower, and it has this floral note called nympheal. It is a very unique floral note. I think that adds a very unique touch to this original Valaya fragrance. It has akigala wood, which gives it a little bit of a spicy punch, you know, and loads of musk. Absolutely gorgeous. This fragrance is, you guys, very classy smelling. It's like something Audrey Hepburn would wear when she wants to be you know, sexy, right? It's kind of hard to imagine Audrey as a sexy vixen, but you know, like, this is Audrey Hepburn type of a very classy fragrance with a bit of a sexy twist. Whereas this one, Mystique Bouquet, this one to me smells a little bit more floral than the original Valaya. Original Valaya is a lot more interesting in that very mysterious, slight, spicy, almost like very unique floral touch. That nympheal flower, for example, I've never smelled that flower obviously, but it's like not your average floral. There's something very mysterious about it. Okay, it's not like, there's like a little bit more of a spicy sort of like muskiness to Valaya, whereas this is a little bit more, I would say, floral focused, the Mystique Bouquet. Mystique Bouquet has orange flower too, I think orange blossom. It has like peony, and it says that it has mahonia too. So nympheal is another name for mahonia. So Valaya has mahonia too, so does this apparently. But this also has the dupe, the Mystique Bouquet, has even more floral notes. I think peony and all that too, which makes it a little bit more girly and like a little more flower focused than Valaya is, which is also floral, but in a very kind of musky, sexy, classy way, you know. And this has ambroxan, and so does Valaya, I think, either ambroxan or ambergris, which adds that very kind of sexy skin vibes to the fragrance. Has vanilla, both of them, very similar. But I will say Mystique Bouquet is a little bit more floral and less spicy, less musky. Yeah, this has musk too, but it's not as musky as Valaya, but Valaya is musky in a very sexy way. I will say that Valaya is hands down, you know, much more refined. But I would say Mystique Bouquet is about a 70% dupe to Valaya. A pretty darn good dupe. So next I have a very close dupe to a very, very expensive niche fragrance. It's Fleur Narcotique by Nihilo, which is the original expensive fragrance. And then I have the dupe here, Le Fleur Bouquet by Afnan. I don't have the original Fleur Narcotique with me, but I've smelled it. I have a sample of it. My sample, the box I keep my samples has gotten misplaced, this whole selling buying house thing. I need to locate it, but I remember what it smells like. This one, you guys, is a pretty good dupe, but like there again, I wouldn't say that it is 100% dupe. Fleur Narcotique. Oh, this is beautiful. This is a huge, by the way, compliment getter. Every time I wear it, I get a compliment, the Le Fleur Bouquet. So I'm gonna assume that Fleur Narcotique is like that too. The performance of this fragrance is absolutely out of this world amazing. It projects like crazy. One time I was at this like hair removal appointment and I was in the room by myself. They put me in a room and the esthetician walked in and she was like, oh my gosh, this whole room is filled with your scent. It's amazing. So this projects and it lasts forever, which is not the same I can say about Fleur Narcotique. Fleur Narcotique doesn't project as much or last that long on me, whereas this one does. I think the difference is there again, Fleur Narcotique is a little bit more, I wouldn't say demure, it's a little bit more refined floral, in the floral notes, whereas this one is very kind of juicy flowers kind of smell, you know. So the original Fleur Narcotique has like a juicy couple of like lychee peach type juicy fruity notes, and so does this. This has juicy fruity notes, but I'm not sure if they're exactly peach and lychee, but very, very juicy as well. The Fleur Narcotique has jasmine, peony, orange blossom type of florals. So does this. So they're very similar that way. And the original Fleur Narcotique has like transparent wood, which is like very subtle woody notes. This, I don't smell any woody notes at all in this, whether it has it or not. The original has a little bit of a moss with loads of musk, which gives it that very nice kind of musky, sexy feel to it. Yeah, this has musk too and has some powdery notes. Yeah, but this one is a little bit more fruity and a little bit less refined and a little bit more juicy flowers than Fleur Narcotique is. This absolutely smells amazing. The floral notes in here smell very, very natural, absolutely gorgeous, very close to, in my opinion, it's about 80% dupe for Fleur Narcotique. Better performance though than Fleur Narcotique. And then I have another dupe right here for a very famous fragrance. It is BDK Gris Charnel. It's a dupe for that, and it is Liam Grey by Lattafa. So it's a very gray bottle, very like a blue-gray fragrance, obviously just like Gris Charnel by BDK. Again, it smells good. I have BDK Gris Charnel sample. I don't have a full bottle. Have several samples. Actually, I've smelled it. Again, I can't find them right now, but I know what it smells like. Oh, this smells beautiful. Very, very cozy. That cozy, amazing blue-gray fragrance vibe that, you know, these type of fragrances have. Oh, sprayed on the wrong arm, but that's okay. It doesn't matter because I don't have the original anyway. Okay, this is a very close to. It has that blue, gray, sort of very cozy vibes, just like the original. Gris Charnel has fig, it has black tea, has cardamom with that warm coziness. It has like iris bourbon. It has a little bit of vetiver with a slight earthiness. It has sandalwood, which is very cozy and soothing. Tonka bean. Those are the notes of the original Gris Charnel, which makes it a very beautiful, soothing sort of gray fragrance that has a little bit of that interesting fig to it. It's absolutely beautiful. Now this has exactly very similar notes. It has cardamom, fig, the tea, the iris, it has the vetiver, it has the sandalwood, a little bit of vanilla and all that, tonka bean, all of that. Very similar notes, and I must say it smells very, very similar. The only difference I would say is that this one is less refined than BDK's, obviously Gris Charnel's seem to be a little bit smoother, but in terms of the way they smell very similar. I would say this is like a 90% dupe for Gris Charnel. Absolutely great performance, lasts like forever, very soothing for this time of the year. Perfect kind of fragrance. I am so happy that I have it. It's a very cozy type of fragrance for like these type of fall days or like rainy days, or you know, anything like that. I absolutely adore how soothing these two fragrances are, the Gris Charnel and the, of course, Liam Grey. Very close dupe, Liam Grey to Gris Charnel. So forgot to tell you the prices. So this one, Mystique Bouquet, is like $38, whereas Valaya is like $250 or something like that, like in that range. And then I forgot to mention this one, the dupe for Fleur Narcotique, also like in 30 some range, whereas Fleur Narcotique is like $245 or something like that. And Liam Grey is like $25 and Gris Charnel is like $230 or $50. So big price difference, you guys, and pretty darn close dupes for that matter. And then I have another one. Now this is actually mostly hearsay, so I really can't give you my opinion because I have never smelled the original. People say that Shagaf Oud Tonka is a very close dupe for the BDK Velvet Tonka. So BDK Velvet Tonka is a very kind of like oriental dessert vibes, you know, that's the scent inspiration for the original one. The original one has like icing sugar kind of vibes, very sweet. It's very delicious icing sugar type of smelling fragrance with a little bit of that almond kind of almost marzipan vibes. Lots of almond kind of notes in that fragrance, like nutty notes. And it's a very kind of supposed to be an addictive sensual fragrance, the original Velvet Tonka. And this one, you guys, I can smell it like right off. I don't need to spray it. It has Turkish rose, it has, you know, orange, Tunisian orange flower, I think, tonka bean obviously, and vanilla with that almond, just almond. Although I almost feel like I smell pistachio in it. So very similar notes to the BDK Velvet Tonka, although BDK Velvet Tonka sounds like it smells more like icing sugar marzipan vibe type of almond than this one smells. This one does not smell like, to me, like icing sugar or marzipan vibes, though this has sweet notes and almond. I smell the rose in here very much. Loads of vanilla too, and tonka bean. Very much smell the tonka bean and the almond the most in here. So this is supposed to be a super close dupe. People say it's about like an 80% dupe. I don't know, but I can't really attest to that since I don't have the original or smelled that, whereas all the other ones, either I have the original or I have smelled it or I have samples of it. So you guys, those are some very dead-on, spot-on dupes for some of the very expensive niche and luxury designer fragrances. So I think that's pretty awesome that these Arabian, Middle Eastern fragrance houses are making these amazing fragrances for a fraction of the price of these originals that they're getting inspiration from. I think it's pretty awesome that people have options. So what do you guys think? Do you guys have the originals and the dupes? What do you have? Let me know. Do you agree with me with the percentages I gave you as to how close of a dupes they are? Are these type of videos helpful to you where I talk about very close affordable dupes for very expensive luxury niche and designer fragrances? Let me know down in the comment section. I would really like to know you guys' thoughts. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It really helps me grow this community. I don't have a set schedule right now. I'm uploading. Today's Monday, supposed to upload usually Sundays. You see how it's like here and there. So make sure to click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. It really helps you to click that notification bell, as it does helps me as well, so you guys find out when I upload. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and other social media, and of course hop on over to my other makeup and beauty channel, Cleo Lux Life. I just uploaded reviews of all sorts of luxury holiday makeup collections, you know, Chanel, Dior, and I'm about to upload, you know, Charlotte Tilbury holiday collection and the Guerlain holiday collection. So you'll really find that channel very fun and helpful. Hop on over there, subscribe, ring the notification bell, support me there as well. I will see you guys in my next video.